We have some breaking news to bring you now. It's all according to the Fars news agency. They're reporting that another ship has been targeted in Iranian waters, this time a Greek-owned ship named Euphoria. They're saying it was targeted by the IRGC and is now stranded somewhere off the coast of Iran. We're going to keep a real close eye on this development for you. Standing by is our defence and security analyst, Professor Michael Clarke. What do you make of this development, Michael?
Quite important, this one, Lee. We were saying an hour ago that the two ships that we knew had been targeted might not have been a result of direct decision in Tehran, because there's enough rogue commanders, commanders who don't want a peace deal at any price, and devolved command. The fact that this is a third ship, so this is getting to be more than a coincidence, and that it comes from the Fars news agency, so that's government-controlled. If they are reporting it, then that means that somebody in Tehran wants them to report it. And that increases the likelihood that this is Tehran, that this is the Iranian government, as it were, kicking back against Donald Trump, saying that they don't really know what they're doing, and I'm suspending or extending the ceasefire, suspending the military action a bit longer. And in a way, they're saying, well, we don't care. That's what this is an indication of, and that we are maintaining this blockade. And the reason that they may be targeting ships, and those are the two that we know of.
Yeah.
We don't know where this Greek ship is. If it's drifting toward the Iranian coast, it's presumably somewhere there. You can ask yourself, why are they targeting ships in the strait itself? And it may be because we now know quite a lot of ships have gone through the straits and have run the blockade successfully. Commercial tracking companies who have no political axe to grind one way or another are reporting today that about 34 tankers have evaded the US blockade already. Now, that's partly because the US blockade is a long way out to sea. Sure. For safety reasons, they don't want to bring their ships in too close. So they're a long way out in the Gulf of Oman and the Arabian Sea. And that's an awful lot of water. So if enough ships are prepared to give it a go, some of them, quite a few of them, it seems, have got through. But the previous report I had seen was that at least 8 ships, this is about a week ago, 8 ships had got through the blockade. Today, commercial trackers are reporting 34 ships. Now, that may turn out to be an overestimate, but usually these tracking companies are accurate because they can see where the trackers are. Undoubtedly, the Strait of Hormuz is becoming an active war zone again, as we talk about the possibility of a peace negotiation in Islamabad sometime later this week.
And that's what's interesting, what will happen in the next few days, and whether we're looking at the war now commencing at sea.
Yes.
On some level.
I think it's entirely likely that if the Iranians are trying to hit ships that are just trying their luck, and again, none of the ships that we know of today, these 3 ships that we now know of, as far as we know, none of them were tankers. The first 2 that we know a bit more about were cargo ships, container ships. And they may feel that if we're not oil tankers or LNG gas tankers, they're going to let us through, and they may be just trying it. If the Iranians are determined to stop absolutely all ships, then this is maybe their way of doing it. And ships, because they're now getting desperate, there's so many ships tied up, I mean, literally
like
backed up on the wrong side of the Strait of Hormuz, and so many sailors now that have been there, merchant seamen who've been there for over a month. That's getting difficult and very, very expensive. So some of the owners are probably trying to think about ways of getting out. I think the Americans will react to this. I mean, they've got plenty of military force in the region, but again, it's a big area of sea. Ships can only be in so many places at once, and even though they've got tremendously good oversight of it, surveillance of the whole area from their aircraft, from drones, from satellites, they still may not be able to cope with the amount of shipping that there is in the area. And again, I mean, all of the countries around the Gulf, they've got all their own shipping. I mean, ships that are going from UAE to Oman, from Bahrain to Qatar. There's an immense amount of shipping going on there, which has nothing to do with oil and gas.
OK, for now. Michael, thanks so much.